It's been an eventful morning. Filmed a great intro at a great pond. Actually, I got 3 little, and none of them stayed on the hook. And it's a pond for big fish. So, we're trying a church pond. See, there's the church. Here's the pond. I know there's bluegill in here. I saw a couple. I didn't see any bass yet. Well, it certainly looks bassy enough. Weeds, rock, bluegill. There's one. Yeah! Oh my God! It's a decent bass too. On my new rod. Sweet. Oh, yeah, that was in the intro. I forgot to mention this is a new rod. Not a bad fish. He wasn't coming off. Yeah, so he's probably only about 1.25 pounds, maybe. Probably 14 inches, but still, it's been a tough morning. It's nice to finally feel something on the end of the line, and especially on my new rod. So yeah, like I was saying, Mojo Bass, 7.6, medium heavy. Fish hit a 3/8 ounce black and blue hybrid jig with a smallie beaver trailer in the green pumpkin color. The water clarity is about 2.5, 3 feet of visibility, but it's colored, it's stained, it's all colored. So going to the black and blue because it was already on my line. I got a 3/8 ounce hybrid jig in grass something. It's a very bluegill-ish color. I might switch to that if I don't get another one pretty soon. It's a much more natural color. It looks just like a little sunfish, which I know are in here. I just seen them. Oh, we got another one! Yeah! Oh, like his twin, man. Only a little bit bigger, I think. Maybe a little prettier, too. Was that the very next cast? I had always checked this pond out on my way by looking at it, and I'd always hope there was like no fishing signs. The sign right over there says catch and release only. No swimming, blah, blah, blah. Chunky little guy. All right. Try and release this one without a nosedive into the rocks. There we go. Caught 2 decent fish. I don't expect this not to fail. No, it's fine. Grass Mutant. That's the name of the other hybrid jig that I have back at the truck that I forgot to grab. Love that color. There he is. Oh, I lost that one. They're not hitting it hard though. They're just picking it up. There he is. All right, we got that one. They're not giant, but they're fat, and they're bass, and they're fun. Yeah, that last one didn't feel that much bigger. Maybe a 1/2 pound. Dadgum. These church bass are plump. They've all got these little bellies on them. Look at that. Alright, we are back at the church pond for round 2. I know there's more bass in here. We caught like 2 right off the bat, and then a 3rd one, and I don't know, did I get a 4th one or did I lose one along? I know I lost one along the way. I don't remember if I got 3 or 4, but we're back today to make it happen in a bigger way. We're gonna try whatever it takes. We're gonna fish jigs, we're gonna fish worms, and if we don't get them on artificials, we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna throw a bluegill out there under a bobber for bass. We're gonna catch something. We got a good chop on the water. Wind's coming out of the southwest. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon, late September, so we switch into that fall transition. The fish, they don't bite as much, but they do still got to eat, but they're not packing on weight yet for winter. See, this is why you should always use your rod socks. And they're not feeding like crazy to support their summer metabolism. Just for the record, I did buy this Lew's Mach 2 speed stick, speed spool combo before I saw them in Kicking Their Bass Noah's videos. I love that guy, but I did not buy this rod and reel because of him, just for the record. But it was only $100 on sale at Bass Pro Shops for the whole combo. I'm sure, positive, 100%, that a bass has seen this and not hit it. So we're gonna have to try something different. All right, let's go get a hybrid jig. Jig box. And hybrid jigs. We want grass mutant. Alright, we're going with 3/8 grass mutant. No, not grass mutant, dark proof. It's a black and blue, but it's also got some like green pumpkin and blue flake on the green pumpkin in there. The only thing I do to a hybrid jig, other than possibly trim away 1 or 2 of the back weed strands. If you notice that you're still hooking fish in the corner of the mouth instead of the roof of the mouth, it's probably because your weed guard is too strong, and even though the hybrid jig is designed to stay upright as it hooks them, that weed guard can deflect and go sideways, and then it'll hook them in the corner. So if you're still hooking fish in the corner, cut out a couple of the back strands. Don't cut them from the front, because if you get a bunch of grass getting caught there, you'll get tangled up, and just cut them from the back. But anyway, only other thing that I do to a hybrid jig before I fish it, and I don't always even do this, it just depends on the water clarity, what I think the fish mood is going to be and whatnot. I will just trim off, see how there's some that are just extra long? I usually just trim off those, maybe just a little bit of the others. And yes, scissors would be much more efficient for this, and I wouldn't be scratching the bottom of my tackle box, but I left my scissors in my boat. And we're just gonna slice off the rest of those extra long guys. Got our jig tied on, let's pick a trailer. Smallie beaver, green pumpkin. All right, and there's our jig, 3/8 ounce hybrid jig, dark proof. The green pumpkin smallie beaver. I'm using the 7/6 medium heavy Mojo bass. The reel's a Lew's LFS speed spool. I hate to say this, but we're gonna give the hybrid jig like 3 or 4 more casts. If we don't get anything, we're gonna at least change color, if not, we're going to at least change trailer, if not color of jig altogether. Put on that grass mutant. Maybe I should have gone with grass mutant to begin with. Primary forage in here is bluegill, and it's hard to get a much more bluegilly color than grass mutant. Like maybe firegill, but they don't make that in the hybrid jig. Alright, I changed to grass mutant, and it's already got a rage trailer on there, and sort of like a money shot green color, so we're just going to roll with that, and if we don't get anything with it on that trailer, we're going to switch back to the beaver and try the beaver on the grass mutant. And switch back to the beaver. Make me a believer. Well, I'm already a beaver believer, but I would like to believe in it today. There, finally. Oh, I didn't get a good hook set because he just popped it. Skinny little tyke. I've caught some in here that are a lot chunkier than that. Alright, go get a reel mill, buddy. There's a good one. Pond giant. Look at where that jig is. And that's where you want to hook them. Right in the top. That's what I'm talking about. Not a bad little chunk. Come on, begging. I wonder if there's any in here much bigger. Yeah, fishy, 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 fishy. Oh yeah, he snatched it on the pop. See, in the corner. Not where you want him on the jig. But I was popping that when he hit it, so probably went in his mouth sideways anyway. Cookie cutters today. I'd like to be getting them twice that size. I'm pretty sure there's bigger ones in here. I'm pretty sure when I was here last time, the ones I caught were twice that size. Almost twice that size anyway. 1.5 pounds instead of more like 3/4. All 3 of those fish come on the hybrid jig, grass mutant, with a green pumpkin smallie beaver. That's a better one. Stronger. Meaner. Thank you for biting, Mr. Bass. You were a fun one. From the way he hit to the way he fought. Apparently they are liking the hybrid jig. Another one. Oh, that's a good one. Look at that, see? Hooked right in the top of the mouth. Not hooked into the bone, hooked through the skin, but still hooked pretty good. God love pond fish, you know. They're not always huge, but they're always fun. Hey, Mr. Fish. Whenever you're fishing a pond like this, you pretty much always want to... Oh! He hit it on the fall and he was swimming into the next friggin' county. Did you see that? My line just started peeling out tight. Anyway, what I was trying to say is you want to always make the majority of your casts along the first drop-off, or at least where you imagine it'll be. The first or the second, I would call that a drop-off, but it's only 2 feet off the bank. That's not where we're fishing. We're going about 12, 15 feet off the bank, and it's going about 8, 10 feet deep. Another little guy, he's been caught before and recently. I had him hooked over here. He's got a red spot there and a big hole there. You definitely get fished for out here, I'll tell you that. What is that, 5, 6? I've forgotten. And this grass mutant has produced far more bites than the black and blue-ish, dark proof. Now, I'm not saying dark proof wouldn't work. They were not doing it in this water. Oh! Broke me off. Like that fish was tearing away. And I set the hook, and I mean, it was just instantly over. Well, haven't gotten anything since I re-rigged. If I don't get anything else, the video is probably going to end on a break-off. Come on, one more bass. Just one more bass. I don't care if he's 6 inches long or 6 pounds. Well, I mean, I care. I would have a preference. But I would like to get just one more bass. Or catfish. I take catfish. I don't know if there's catfish in here. Oh, we got one. I almost didn't even set the hook because I just thought it was grass. Well, I asked for one more and I got one more. Small guy, fat belly. We are happy. Small, but happy. Sorry if you can't see. Back where I started. Just gonna make a couple casts and then pack up. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoy these kind of pond fishing videos, urban ponds, remote ponds, little ponds, big ponds, you know, I hope you like and subscribe because I fish a lot of ponds. I fish rivers and streams too, seasonally. Wintertime here, it'll be ice fishing and power plant, hot water discharge fishing. I catch 50, 60. My biggest is a 70-pound blue cat, big hybrid striped bass. I fish a lot of ponds for a lot of fish.